Breathe straight. Okay, now check this out. One of the other problems is that if their diaphragms are stuck and they're not going up and down to breathe, what happens to their capacity to stabilize their spines? Is that a problem? Yeah. I need to be able to create high intra-abdominal pressures to create stable spinal systems. If I have compromised my diaphragm mechanics, then guess what? I can't create as stable a spine. That's a problem for me because I like to lift heavy weights. I just turned 40. I'm going to clean 400 this year. That's my goal. And if I'm overextended, it's not going to happen. My body's going to shut me down. Now there are two diaphragms in the trunk. There's a diaphragm right here, and where's the other diaphragm?
Pelvic floor.
Pelvic floor. So if her diaphragm is compromised here, do you think the other diaphragm gets compromised? Damn straight. So guess what happens when women who are overextended, it happens to men too, but women who are overextended, guess what they do when they double under? They pee. Or Olympic lift, they pee. Let me be clear, it is not okay to pee during exercise. That is a real problem. We had an athlete who was overextended all the time. She would Olympic lift, and we literally kept a towel there, and we just all pretended like, hey, good snatch, Pam. Sorry you peed the platform again, right? And guess what happened when she got her pelvis organized? Pelvic floor turned back on, and guess what she stopped doing? Peeing. We have one athlete who she was a high-level gymnast, super overextended, diastasis recti, right? So she split the common tendon of her abdominals. When she double unders in a bad position, she pees herself. Can you imagine if you had immediate feedback about being in a bad position, you overextend or change your neck position and you piss? You would fix it like that, wouldn't you? Yeah, it would be very clear. The problem is we haven't given women particularly, but also men, the tools. When you see that, we know it's disorganization around the pelvis. And guess what, all the pelvic floor therapists we work with, the first thing that we go after when we see pelvic floor dysfunction is organization of the spine and pelvis. Do you have to remember that? No, because this brace neutral position is the position. It's always the same position. Compromise here is compromise here. Better pelvic floor tone means increased weightlifting, and for all men, all women too. You've got to be able to do that. What you're seeing is if you're disorganized, all bets are off. Not only that, one of the things we know is that if your diaphragm's not working, you've just compromised your VO2. Bam! So now we've just taken off your performance. Your VO2 max is off. And we start to see it further and further down the road. It's really simple. Be in a good position. Everyone there, squeeze your butt for me if you're standing. Squeeze your butt as hard as you can. Did your pelvis change position? If it changed position, you were in a bad position. Turn your butt off. Oh, you see what I'm talking about? One of the reasons you're overextended, or you just felt the passive drags on the system there, was you're a modern human. You're forced to sit. You can't do it. And you're an athlete. You have quads. So understanding the nuance of this is easy. So one of the things we've got to do is we've got to give these athletes a chance to even just get back into good, stable spinal position. All of them self-selected why? All of them do not know how to stabilize, do they? Now, is this movement, go ahead and lift again, flinch, do the flinch, and come off, and do it fast. And then do it fast. That wasn't fast, turn around, ready, and really fast, go, hold, and flinch. Okay, now, is that a functional movement? Does it work in a wave of contraction from trunk to periphery, or is that a case of the tail wagging the dog? Simple mechanics. Hip flexor attaches to lower spine of the pelvis. Fires. Pelvis connected to the spine is not organized. Where does her pelvis go? Forward. Her spine experiences a moment of shear. That L5 gets pulled on the S1. Whoop. And guess what that looks like? Hinging. Those shear forces are pretty hard on the nervous system. And your nervous system's like, hell no. And so what does it do? It fires the emergency stabilizers. And those emergency stabilizers, can you relax for me? That's your psoas. Weird. Hers is so tight. Right? Now, how do we know a tissue is normal, guys? Okay.
No pain.
Doesn't hurt? Does that feel normal? Also, is there any part of you that should feel like beef jerky? No. You should be like layers of warm silk sliding over steel springs. This is disgusting. I thought you were totally cute before, but you're just disgusting. Is this my fault or her fault? It's her fault. Don't look at me like I'm a mean guy. It's disgusting. Let me show you something. Diaphragm doesn't work. Turns out the psoas actually has attachments onto the diaphragm. So if she's overextended all the time, guess what doesn't work very well? Her diaphragm. If her diaphragm's in a bad position, guess what it does? It pulls on her psoas. Oh, snap. These are integrated breathing, stabilizing movement systems. That's so gross. Wow. So if you had really tight, don't Don't touch me. Wait for it. If she had really tight quads, could that cause knee pain?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's above her knee. If she had really tight calves, could that cause knee pain?
Yes.
If she has a really tight psoas, can that cause back pain? Yes. Damn straight. In the back here, this is her QL, her quadratus lumborum. That thing I'm snapping back and forth over, that's disgusting, right? Flip on your stomach for me. Stop. You see how she moved? What'd you do? Like an alien pumping out her chin. Disgusting. Hold this thought.